It is time. Everybody knows what time it is. It is the Wolfer Power Hour, and I'm just going to let Ray Schrummer tell you because they can tell you way better than I can. I'm your host, DW, Drew Wolfer, bringing you the levels, bringing you the gains, bringing you the trades, doing everything live, doing everything transparently like basically 99% of people on the internet don't do. And we're just going to get straight into it. Bitcoin is at an inflection point right now. There is a decision that has to be made. And if you've been watching me for long enough, you know what I think that decision needs to be. But all the moon boys and all the hopium smokers and all the people, the Bitcoin maxis and stuff like that, they don't really care what DW has to say. With his master's degree in basket weaving from basketweaving.com, online accredited university, his 3.93 GPA, graduating summa cum laude. With his extracurriculars to the tune of president of the bowling league, volunteer secretary of the badminton club, and my 3-time All-American crocheting. Okay? I don't think the Bitcoin maxis and all the crypto gurus agree with what I think needs to happen, but I'm going to back it up and I'm going to show you why I think that needs to happen. Okay. So we are at a let's be real. We're at a very boring level on Bitcoin right now. It's just going sideways, man. It's just going sideways. It's been doing this. It's hard to trade. Okay. It's very hard to trade. It's a choppy market. There's not a lot of gains to be made, even though we make gains every day. That's because we're actually good at trading and we understand what's going on behind the scenes on the smaller time frames and things of that sort. And we pick that out and we show it to you live every single day. But this is a very hard place to be trading at. And if you don't know what place I'm talking about, I'll just share the screen. I'll show you right now. And we'll get a baby Drew on the screen because everybody comes here for the baby Drew, not the big Drew, right? So this is a very hard place to be trading, is whenever you're in these like consolidating, just choppy stuff, because you can get stopped out really easily on this, right? You enter short here, you think it's going down, boom, stop out. You enter long here, you think it's going down, boom, stop out. Or you think it's going up, boom, stop out, right? Enter short here, that would have been a good trade. Enter long here, boom, stop. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's a lot of choppiness in here. Enter a short here, right? Boom, comes down, goes right back up, stop out, right? So, I mean, this is a hard range to be trading, although we have traded it and made consistent gains off of this range. Don't be fooled, man. Like all these gains, we take losses too, right? We got stopped out on a $495 blah, blah, blah the other day. Had to give back our $440 in gains, right? And I mean, we do take gains, right? But we also take losses. This is a very, very hard range to trade. And we're going to continue trading it. But in any case, I think there is going to be a point where you have to just kind of sit out and let the market do what it's going to do, right? And then reach what I would call the value area high or value area low of this range. And I'll show you what that is here in just a second. But yeah, I mean, this is very decisive for Bitcoin. It really has to take a stance here. It has to take a side. And I'm going to show you my FRVP that shows you that, right? So if you scroll back, you can see where this FRVP is pulled from. It is pulled from down here at about 86K or something like that. Let me click on it. Can't see it. I can't see. Okay, so it's pulled from the all-time high to where? 90K. 90K. Okay, so that makes sense. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see where it was actually pulled from. I felt like Donna Goodo there for a second.
I'm legally blind. I can see, barely.
Barely? I can see. I can't see. I'm legally blind.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
I'm innocent, man. I'm innocent from Port Arthur, Texas, and I'm a female. I can't see. Please don't blame me. All right. If you have any altcoins that you would like me to do analysis on, drop them in the comment section. If you're here from Twitter, which let's see, half of you are here from Twitter, half of you are here from YouTube. The Twitter people, your only call to action. I give out free trades. I give out free gains. I don't ask anybody to do anything. I don't even ask you to tip, do super chats, none of that stuff. I don't care about that. Only thing I ask, scroll up and hit the follow button, man. Like the video, like the post, whatever. Just do the bare minimum, right? And I'm going to give you the levels. I'm going to give you the trades. And if you have PA that you want me to do on an altcoin, drop it in the comment section. I'll gladly do it for you. I don't know anybody that's doing that actually prioritizes that for free. Okay, everybody else wants you to do a super chat. Everybody else wants you to buy their course. Everybody else wants you to get in their premium discords. I'm asking none of that. Just hit the follow button. For the people that are here on YouTube, obviously, go up, like the video, hit subscribe. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell. Drop me your altcoins in the comments section below. We've got Plan 9 from Las Vegas. He says he already knows what time it is. We're dropping bombs. He's lighting the dynamite. He says it's about to explode. It's getting wild. I'm going to show you why. And Tim Schwally, we're going to give you the plan, man. You got the man with the plan, right? And I know why this is happening right here. I know why this is happening. And I'm going to tell you, this thing is coiling up right now. It is going to be a massive move. This is where Bitcoin has to choose a direction. Is it going up or is it going down? I'm going to give you my bias on what I think that direction needs to be. Just because I think the direction needs to be that does not mean that that's where Bitcoin is going to go. But I'm going to give you both sides of the coin on this stream, right? Got Adrian Kent. He shows up every single day. I appreciate this person. Partito, which is a dude. That is a dude. I'm not assuming his gender, right? I am still the most woke. He said XCN. Okay, we'll check him out. All right, so this is what is happening with Bitcoin right now. You've got your swing low right here. You've got your swing high right here, right? You've got your swing low right here. You've got your swing high right here. You're trending down, trending down. It's favoring more of a swing low here. If you set a higher swing low, then you need to come up here and set a higher swing high. Why do I have an alert here? I'm deleting this. Why is that there? That is annoying me. Okay. Why is this happening? Okay. Why is all this choppy, nasty BS happening? And yes, if you're wondering, we are in a profitable trade. We trade the chop too sometimes. We got, what, 3 hundo locked in, 275. I don't care. It is what it is, okay? We're going to trade the chop too. But here's my point. When you see this happening right here, okay, and I'm going to pull this bear flag off so that you can see this even better. When you see this happening right here, that is when there's going to be an explosive move, okay? And usually that explosive move is going to be favored by whatever the trend is. And as it sits, the trend is down, okay? Now, we have regained the point of control. But what happened the last time we regained the point of control? We dropped right below it, but we are consolidating above it, okay? Inside of what I would call an inside bar pattern. What does that mean? Let's show you. I'll show you what an inside bar is. Now, technically, did this bar break out? Yes, it did, because these 3 candles right here. But we are consolidating inside of that inside bar, and I'm going to show you what that means. Give me 1 second. I need my magnet tool for this. Okay, so this is the top of the bar. This is the bottom of the bar, right? As you can see, these deviated outside of it, snapped right back into it immediately. I would call this, I don't think this is valid. I don't think this matters, in my opinion. Would it be better if both of these were inside of that bar? Yes. What does an inside bar pattern tell you? Well, turn my magnet tool off. This is a red candle that is going down, right? So usually when you consolidate inside of an inside bar, you're gearing up to go down. And you couple that with the moving averages being so tight with each other. And we're not talking like the 5, the 10, and the 15 moving average. We're talking the 50, the 100, and the 200 right here. The 50's the blue line, the 200's the green line, the 100's the red line, right? So those are in conjunction, very tight with each other right here. What they normally look like is something like this. Something like this, where they're super spread out, okay? They're not spread out right now. That is scary, okay? They're starting to break apart now, but they ain't going to break apart for very long, right? And this is what I call coiling, okay? This is coiling right here. This is coiling right here. And guess what? This is coiling right here. Very low volume, indicating indecision in the market, right? Indicating indecision in the market. We have regained the point of control. We back tested it. We fell through it, right? We fell through it twice here. We regained it, fell through it again, regained it. came up to the top of this inside bar, came back down to the point of control, bounced from it, came back up to the top of the inside bar, and now we're trying to trend back down towards that point of control. The more that you bang on this level, the less likely it is to hold up. Let's see if we can find a time where that happened. Yeah, right here. Look at all of these bars and how they banged up on it. They just really ate up all of the support there in this kind of candlestick pattern, right? Which is almost like a bear flag, right? Okay, so then what happened? It bounced from it, tried really quickly to regain these levels, these poor highs right here, regained the poor highs, and then dumped right back out. So when you're banging up against this and having a lot of candles up against it, dude, I mean, it's not favoring upside, it's favoring breakdown. Okay, look what happened here. It banged on it, it banged on it, it banged on it, fell, banged on it again, fell, banged on it again, fell, and then you got the big fall, right? You got the big fall, and then it got flipped to resistance, right? So just watch out. I'm not saying that it's going to break down. I'm saying that it could be, in my opinion, the probabilities could be favoring breakdown, okay? So that's kind of what you see in my trade right now, right? If you look at my trade, my profit target is 93.3. Why is it 93.3? Because 93.4? Because 93.4 is right here, right? It's literally the bottom end of this trend channel. If you do drop, you're coming to about 93.4, okay? Will I be okay taking profits here? Absolutely. Will I be okay taking profits here? Absolutely. Would I even be okay taking profits here? Absolutely. If we came down here, stalled out, right? If we came down, stalled out right here, I'm glad taking profits there. Okay, cool. Money's money, okay? That's all I care about is making money, okay? The days that you make money are always better than the days that you don't, right? And then they're significantly, inherently better than the days that you lose money, right? That's what the days that you make money, that's what we would call banana bread. Hell yeah, baby. That's exactly what we would call it.
Dude, I got some banana bread at work today, dude. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. So, I mean, this is indecision. Now, what happens from here, right? So, obviously, you see that I'm in a short position. If we take out this high right here, like if we go up there and we take out this high, what you're going to be looking at is, do you go up and take out this previous swing high now? Then you're going to be looking, do we take out this previous swing high? All the way up to 102.5, which is the value area high, right? I don't think that we're going to do that. I think that we're going to flush down here to the value area low, right? Because that's where we have been trending down towards. Is it taking a long time to get down there? Yes. Have I taken 7 different trades trying to target the 103.4 range in the past, however long? Absolutely, I have. We're going to delete this now that everybody knows. Whoops. Now that everybody knows essentially what is happening with inside bars, I deleted all of this stuff. Now, the one other thing that I am seeing is a potential bear flag, okay, that we are about to break down outside of, all right? And this bear flag is still valid because it never really got above 50% of the bear flag, right? So let's measure the bear flag, right? This is the 50% line. You wicked up above it. You never had a close above it. I mean, this bear flag is absolutely intact, 110% in my opinion. Okay, so it's, in my opinion, it's not looking too terribly awesome in that sense. If you break down from here, you're looking at 95.3, 95.6 range, right? Which is right here, okay? It coincides very well with this support level. Would you ride it all the way down there? Maybe not. You'd probably ride it to at least the 75% range to about $96,000. But remember, if you come down here, guess what you've now done? You've lost the 100, you've lost the 200, and you've lost the 50 moving average, and that would be favoring downside. And then the 50 would start to curl down and probably cross under the 200, like way over here, right? And then the 200 would start to curl down, go under the 100, and the 50 would eventually go under the 100 as well. And then you would have a very bearish pattern, similar to how we had it back here, where the 200 was above the 100, which was above the 50, which was above the 20, which was above the 9. That's why you saw all this downside, right? That's why you saw all this downside. because these are barometers on what fair value in the market is. And I'm giving you a masterclass on moving averages for free right now. So, I mean, just absorb it, pay attention. If you didn't get what I said, just rewind the track, man. Just rewind the track and run it back, because I promise you, this matters. This matters. And if you lose those, and all it takes to lose those is going to 96,750, it's not good news for Bitcoin. It is going down, okay? Now, if you get a bounce from here, where could you be going? Easily back up to this swing high, right? Now, what happens if you hit that swing high? What you would like to see is hit this swing high and then back test this and then start moving up. That's what you would like to see. Continue moving upward, right? And then you would have to start taking out these swing highs up here that are way back here, okay? But there's not a lot of liquidity up here. Let's be real. There's liquidity here, right? There's a little bit of liquidity here because they took out all of this liquidity on this move up, right? There's a little bit of liquidity right here, okay? So let's call this liquidity zone. This is a liquidity zone, right? Actually, let's just do it. I'll show you the liquidity zones, okay? That's, oops, sorry. That's a tiny liquidity zone. That's a tiny liquidity zone. And then this is your other tiny liquidity zone, right? That's it. And then you've got this. Those are your liquidity zones. That's what the market is going to want to chase. But look at the size of those liquidity zones and look at the volume that came in on those liquidity zones as opposed to the size of this liquidity zone, right? We're going to have to go to the 4-hour chart for this. Look at this liquidity zone over here, okay? And then look at the volume that came in on that liquidity zone right there, right? So that is a massive liquidity zone. Think about this one. Massive liquidity zone. Think about this one. Massive liquidity zone, right? Those are all liquidity zones. So if you're a market maker, would you rather take out these little itty bitty liquidity zones, or would you rather take out all of this? See what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to go any further into it. But my point is that if you dump here, you're probably coming down here to about the 92.5, 92.7 range. Okay. Now, if you get above this, you would want to see a back test of this and then start taking out, first off, this swing high, right? Then you would want to take out this swing high, right? And then you're going to probably run into resistance right around here and fall. But at that point, you have now broken market structure, okay? Because you're taking out these swing highs and you're setting higher highs. We can take all these liquidity zones off of here now. Everybody saw those. If you didn't see them, go back, screenshot it. It is what it is. So my point is if you come up here, you back test this, you start taking out these swing highs, you're going to get massive resistance here. As you saw here, we front ran it, came down, boom, right? That's just what it is. So then you're going to come up here and try and start testing all of this liquidity up here, maybe. But my bias is that if you do come up here, you're probably going to come back down here, set a lower high, a higher low, and then start trending upwards and start legging up. So let's do that exact scenario, right? You come outside of here, you back test it, you come up here, you fall, right? You set a higher low here, somewhere in this realm, right? And then boom, you set a higher high to these swing highs, you get rejected. You probably come down here to the point of, or to the value area high, start trying to test all-time highs, right? That's your long scenario, right? That's kind of like your long scenario. Let's just put that on there. Now, your short scenario is inherently worse, right? Your short scenario is that you lose this level right here. You fall, you come down here to the value area low, then you set and come back up here to these moving averages, you set a lower high. Then you start coming down and you break this swing low right here, right? and then you hit this swing low, and then you use the value area low as resistance now because you flipped it to resistance. And then guess what happens? You're now going to start coming down here to test this dumpity dump zone, right? And so that's your short scenario. So there's like two possible scenarios that can happen here, and Bitcoin's going to have to decide that direction relatively quickly. Okay, so let's move this up. Let's redo that one. So let's say you come here, you come up. Well, no, what you want to do is you want to break out, back test, come up here, then come right around here, use that as support. Okay, so let's put that into our long scenario. So those are essentially your two scenarios, right, of what could be potentially happening in Bitcoin, in my opinion. Now, this is what I think needs to happen, okay? What actually needs to happen in order for everybody that's in the comment section, like giving me their altcoins, and they're like, dude, when is altcoin season coming? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, altcoin season isn't coming until you come down here and sweep all this liquidity, right? And that's when you start doing that, and that's when Bitcoin dominance starts to fall, and you start picking up spot bags of altcoins down here. That's what you need to see happen in order for altcoin season to actually start. That's when ETH starts pumping, and then ETH has to hit 5K. So that's what you need to see. Now, to Tim Schwally's point here, damn it. To Tim Schwally's point here, is this a good place to schlong? I do think it is. If you know anything about me, baby, you know that I will whip my schlong out any day of the week and twice on Sundays if I have to. Now, is it Sunday? No. But would I whip my schlong out today? I would, but I'm favoring downside. So, I mean, if I was like iffy about this position, dude, Tim, for sure, I'll be opening a schlong here. But I'm actually favoring downside here because of all of this bearish consolidation. That's all this is right here, is bearish consolidation, right? You tried to pump up, you had a massive move down, now you're just bearishly consolidating downward, right? Can you break market structure over here? Yes, you can, right? But have you broken market structure here? I mean, let's just look at the overarching, from an overarching perspective. When in doubt, zoom out, right? Let's see. Okay, so you've got your high, right? Okay, so you've got your, call it your swing low, right? Then you've got your high, right? Your swing high. Then you've got what I would call your swing low, right? So high or low, great. Then you have a lower swing high and a lower swing low. Then you have a lower swing high, and as it sits right now, you have a higher swing low. So until you come up here and hit this point of control and take out this, you don't have a higher swing high. So that's where you would be breaking market structure. We're struggling to do that, and we're in a downward sloping channel. Downward sloping channels like to break out, but it has been riding the bottom of this for so long that I would be favoring more of a downside than I would upside right here. Does that mean that I'm 100% correct on it? Absolutely not. Everyone can be wrong, as evidenced by my position history. I am wrong sometimes. I am okay being wrong sometimes because my portfolio's trajectory is what we would call up and to the right. Okay, I'm consistently taking gains. My win rate is pretty decent. If you have like a 67% win rate, dude, you're an animal. You're doing really good. You have 75 to 80% win rate, you should be inducted into the Trading Hall of Fame. Okay, that's that. So here's my point. Until we get up here, we have not broken market structure to the upside. That's just that. Okay, if you look at what's happening on the oscillators, we'll see what's happening on the oscillators. Let me just delete all these little brush strokes. Okay, so yeah, I mean, volume or money flow falling off, setting a lower peak, right? Right here, setting a lower peak. Then you have your momentum again falling off, setting a lower peak. as you can see, setting lower peaks. That's market cipher B. It's a paid indicator, you do not have to use it. If you want to use it, feel free to use my link in the description that actually gets you a discount on it. Do not pay full price for stuff like this if you don't have to. You came up here, you tagged the top, you still have not crossed below the 50 line. If RSI keeps coming down here, guess what's going to happen? Same thing, right? You're going to come down on the price. That's what's going to happen. Okay, what's your stochastic looking like? It was overheated. Boom. Stochastic is setting lower highs. Let's see if it's setting higher lows in the same time frame. Is that the same time frame? Technically, yes. Hidden bearish divergence, man. Hidden bearish divergence. Setting higher lows, but the oscillator is trending downwards. Hidden bearish divergence. A lot of people don't know what a hidden bearish divergence is. If you don't know what it is, Google it, but I just showed you what it was, right? You're setting higher lows on the time frame, and you're setting lower highs on an oscillator. It's like kind of the opposite of a just typical bullish divergence or bearish divergence. What's a bearish divergence, right? Think about, okay, this is going to be hard to explain, but I'm going to try to explain it slowly so that people can understand it. There's what's called a bearish divergence and a bullish divergence that everybody knows, right? That everybody trades. It's very consistent. People understand it very well. And then there's what's called a hidden bearish divergence and a hidden bullish divergence, okay? So what is a bearish divergence, right? Let me see if I can find one. I don't know if I can find one. Is there one here maybe? Okay, so let's just say this is trending up. This is setting, the price is setting higher highs. Just for demonstration purposes, act like this is happening, okay? This is setting higher highs, okay? And then your RSI is setting lower highs. That is a typical bearish divergence, okay? Now, what a hidden bearish divergence is when you're setting higher lows, meaning price is trending upwards in the same sense that price was trending upwards here, but your RSI is setting, your RSI or your stochastic or your MACD, whatever you want to do, is setting lower highs, okay? That's technically a hidden bearish divergence. And if you want to get super technical about it, it would be whenever this is setting higher lows and this is setting lower lows, which it's also doing, okay? That's a typical whatever, hidden bearish divergence. So I hope that made sense to people. I know it sounds crazy and you're probably like went cross-eyed whenever I was trying to explain that to you. You have to retrain your brain to understand that and then get it, right? Like, so just write it down or something and just read it out loud, and then you'll understand the difference in between a bearish divergence and then a hidden bearish divergence. Same thing with bullish divergence, just literally reverse everything, right? Bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence. If you get what a bearish and a hidden bearish divergence is, reverse that, and you will understand what a hidden bullish divergence is and a bullish divergence. I've said bullish and bearish divergence way too many times. I'm parched. And if you're parched too, from all that explanation, quench your thirst with some refreshing aqua panna from the region of Tuscany. This is literally the lifeblood of Italia herself, from the bosom of Italy, in Tuscany. Brought to you by the family that brought you the Renaissance. The Medici's, baby. A protected spring with natural artisan spring water from the earth. Thank you, Medici's. Thank you, Medici's, for the Renaissance and for some beautiful aqua panna water so that we can replenish our bodies with the best water known to mankind. Sponsor me. Sponsor me, aqua panna. Look, There's two ways you can sponsor me. One, you can give me money. Don't want it. Don't try and give me money. Send me the water in glass bottles, preferably, because those are the way that I want it. I don't like the plastic bottles, but I'll take them. It's hard to get the glass bottles in America, and they're very expensive. Okay, so we know that we have a hidden bullish or bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart, right? Let's go up and let's see what the oscillators are telling us on the 4 hour chart. Okay. Okay, so again, another red dot printing on the 4 hour chart right after money flow had crossed over into the green, though. So that pump might be done. But again, what are we seeing? Lower peaks on momentum. Okay. VWAP crossing to the downside. My bias is probably what's going to happen here is you're going to see money flow cross to the downside too. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing there. Let's see what the RSI is telling us. It's over the 50 line. I mean, there's nothing really to see on the RSI. Stochastics are oversold, overbought. Sorry. Stokes are probably going to go down here. That's on the 4 hour chart. Okay. Let's look at the 12 hour really quick. Woo! Damn. That's what we call a damn Daniel. That's what we call a damn Daniel.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands. Thirsty, man. Damn. Daniel.
Spicy, man. Damn. What happened the last 2 times we came up here? Let's see. When in doubt, zoom out. Okay, so it was what, right here? Boom, massive rejection at the value area high. Went down below the value area low. We were above the value area high here. Boom, we came down. We came back up. We came to the point of control. We came back up. We hit massive stochastic yet again right there. Oversold or overbought. And then boom, what happened? Value area low. That's what I would be favoring here then, if that's the case. Knowing what we know about the stochastics on the 12 hour. Now, public service announcement. The 12 hour. Wait. Green dot. Money flow in the red, though. Setting lower peaks on momentum thus far. If this curls, yeah, it might be downside from here. And the VWAP is now curling downwards. So here in about a day or so, you could probably see a red dot come in here on that. Setting lower peaks. That's good. Kind of. On the momentum. RSI isn't super. It's not overbought yet. This is the overbought territory, right? I believe. Maybe that's the 50 line, actually. It's right at the 50 line. That's what it is, yeah. Okay, so not much to see there. You do see this trending up. Let's see what price is doing in the same realm. I mean, kind of a hidden bullish divergence right there. I mean, setting higher highs or higher lows on the momentum, setting lower highs on price. Price is trending downwards. So, I mean, do you have technically kind of a hidden bullish divergence, or even technically just a bullish divergence on the 12 hour? Yes. But back to my public service announcement, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, the 12 hour, the daily charts, those are going to take forever to play out. Okay. These things aren't going to play out until next week. This is not going to play out today. It's not going to play out tomorrow. Okay. It's not going to play out over the weekend. Okay, so you've got a green dot a couple of days ago, but now you have money flow in the red. You've got RSI at about the 50 line. Bigger peaks down. I mean, momentum is trending downwards. I mean, massive peaks down, right? And if you look at those peaks, those previous couple of peaks, what happened right after them, right? And we've got 3 of them right here. We went up, boom, right? But then we came, what happened? Red dot printed, right back down. Then the green dot printed right here, actually right here. Boom, right? And then guess what happened? Red dot right here, came right back down. Actually, we came down here. Boom, to the point of control. We kind of went back up. We got a green dot, and then guess what happened? Immediate red dot afterwards, all the way down to the value area low, right? So what happened on this green dot? Not a whole lot. You went up to the point of control. So my bias is that, yeah, I mean, that's not looking good, historically speaking, just from the prior green dots that came in on those big momentum waves right here, these three. It did not make the same type of move, right? This move was massive. This move was massive, right? This was a $10,000, $12,000 move. This right here, this was a, dude, I mean, that was almost, let's see, that went to 109 from where? 89, that was a $16,000 move. Now on this one, it went from where? Here, which is 95K to 98.7 as a $3,000 move, $4,000 move. I mean, I gotta say, I'm favoring downside, man. And again, I am okay favoring downside here, and I'm going to give you my bias. Why? Because I truly don't think that we have hit the bull run. Okay, we have not. For Bitcoin, absolutely we hit the bull run. Why? But only because of the ETFs. Okay, only because of the ETFs. Only because MicroStrategy came in and bought billions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin because they sold a bunch of debt. Guess what's happening? MicroStrategy isn't buying Bitcoin anymore. The Bitcoin ETFs, they're not having inflows like they did before whenever we were doing this. Okay, that was the ETFs. Then what happened? Everybody took their profits. Retail, institutions, everybody. Then what happened? MicroStrategy sold debt. We came up here. And then what happened? People took profits again. Then what happened? MicroStrategy sold more debt. And then what happened? We came right back down here. Now, is MicroStrategy selling more debt? Are the ETFs pumping in more money? No, they're not doing that here. The landscape has changed inherently from this and this to here, right? You had massive, massive, big institutional buying here, and that buying has been exhausted. So is there a potential that you go down here? Yes, there is. Who's going to save it? I don't know. It's definitely not going to be retail that saves it. That's 100% for sure. We don't have the money. We don't have the juice to save it. So let's just go back to the one-day chart, actually. So in my opinion, we do need to come down here and we need to flush all of this liquidity, man. We need to flush all of this liquidity in these zones so that we can finally bounce from about $74,000. And I mean, even $80,000 right here at the 200 moving average. You got the 200 moving average at $80,300, right? Is everybody going to like this? Absolutely not. They're going to be running around looking like Ricky Bobby.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Somebody call the friggin' devs, man. Call the devs, man. Both phones. I got 2 phones like Kevin Gates, and I'm calling the devs on both of them. Multiple devs. Call the devs, man. It's crazy. My point. All theatrics aside, one more theatric.
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent, and then these guys bring in their bad vibes. Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Straight up not having a good time whenever we go down to the dumpity dump zone, man. Straight up not having a good time, bro. You know? So, are you going to be having a good time when we go down here? No. Unless you're smart and you sell before that, which is what I've been basically preaching for a very long time. I preached that up here. I shorted up here. I made hella money right there, right? I shorted up here too. I preached that. I made hella money right there. I shorted right here. I made hella money off of that. I longed a bunch of times too. I longed here. I longed here. I shorted here. I've been telling people, look, man, be ready for this because I hope this happens. I really, truly do hope that this happens because this is where you pick up spot bags of your altcoins and you make 10, 20, 30x gains on spot, man. You don't have to do 10x leverage down here. You don't have to hit that 10x leverage long position down there, right? You buy spot bags and you make 10, 20, 30x sometimes on this stuff. This is what I'm waiting for. I got tens of thousands of dollars on the sideline. Not a lot. I don't have millions of dollars. I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars on the sidelines. I got tens of thousands of dollars where if I take 20 grand in spot bags here on the top 100 cryptos, I could make 20x on that, where I'd take, you know, $20,000 and I turn it into 400K. That's a house. This is where life-changing gains get made. So I hope that we get here to the $80,000 range and then boom, blast up off of the 200 moving average, because the last thing I want to see is us lose this 200, bearishly backtest, and then bull market's over. It's canceled at that point, right? So we need to see this flush to grab this liquidity down here, at least to the 200 moving average, and then the big pump. That's when Bitcoin dominance will fall off. I promise you, Bitcoin dominance will fall off down here because everybody will be selling their Bitcoin and they will buy spot bags and leverage positions of altcoins down here to pump it to the moons of Jupiter, baby. And if you have any altcoins that you want me to look at, drop them in the comments section, but we're almost through with our Bitcoin analysis. Okay. So just be aware of this, like, and understand that, like, I own crypto companies, man. I own crypto companies. Go Google me. If you don't believe me, go Google me. Okay. I own multiple crypto companies. I'm very involved in the crypto space. I truly want to see crypto do well. And that is why I want to see it dump down here. Okay. Because that is what healthy markets do. They don't do this. They don't just go up forever, consolidate, and then continue going up. They need to come down and retrace to previous levels. That's what healthy markets do. So that's what we need to see. This big pump, we need to retrace back down here, boom, and then come back, right? So that's why I say we need to come down to these levels, because I want to see crypto do well. I want to see my company, Wolfer Finance. I want to see our altcoin portfolio do well. We have big bags of Ethereum, of Avalanche, of Sonic token, which is formerly known as FTM. We have bags of Flux, okay? We want to see that altcoin market start to hit its legs, like get its legs under it and start pumping up, okay? So that's why I'm saying this right here, that's what makes that happen. If Bitcoin stays up here, I assure you, altcoins are not going to hit new all-time highs. You're going to have your outliers like Solana, XRP, Cardano, Binance Smart or Binance Coin, Hedera Hashgraph, Algo, the XLMs that are moving contrarily to when Bitcoin's going down because of the Trump's monetary policies, and they're hitting all-time highs. But I'm talking about like a actual altcoin season. That's what we need. We need this for that to happen. Okay? And that's what's going to make Bitcoin dominance fall, because everybody sells down here, sells their Bitcoin to buy altcoins, because they're like, dude, even best case scenario, say I buy Bitcoin down here, right? What's my upside target to the all-time high? 37%. No one's looking to make 37% on Bitcoin unless they're trading on leverage, 10x leverage. You would make 370% on that, right? People know that whenever we get down here, the altcoins are going to do 5x what Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin's doing 40%, the altcoins are going to do 200%. So that's why people are going to buy altcoins down here. Okay. And then they're going to lose their belief in Bitcoin down here as well. They're going to be like, maybe it's over on Bitcoin. And they're going to, when money leaves a market, it doesn't go anywhere. Well, okay, my bad. It goes somewhere, okay? It doesn't just go into people's bank accounts, right? So when people are liquidating their Bitcoin down here, where are they putting it? Other assets, whether it's the gold markets, whether it's the stock markets, or whether it's the altcoins. And majority of people are going to put it into the altcoins because it's already in crypto. It's on their exchanges. It's in their wallets. They're going to be buying altcoins down there. Now, I'm going to be buying altcoins down here. Dude, I'm going heavy. And I don't care. I will lose a little bit if it comes down here and we go and we lose the 200 and we bearishly backtest it. I will liquidate all of my stuff here. I have no problem with that for a small loss, but I will absolutely take my shot here for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x gains on altcoins. Okay. So that's your plan. That is your plan. All right. So I gave everybody kind of the roadmap. Save this video, man. Seriously, save this video. No one else is giving this out. I promise you. I watch all the other people. I see what they say. I see what they do. I truly do want you to do well in the market, man, because I want to do well in the market. And like, Save this video. I promise you, save this video. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got in the comments section. We've got XCN, baby. All right, XCN. You want to see some XCN? Pretty sure we have a chart on this. I called out a couple of good trades on XCN. Look at that, dude. The last trade that I called out on XCN, look at how much that would have paid you. Dude, you would have gotten paid off 26% on that move on XCN. I mean, you're riding that channel, man. You're riding that channel like it's it's the town bicycle, man. Can we alter this channel at all? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? This trade played out extremely well, okay? This trade played out extremely well. Here's another one. I mean, literally, you aim for the 0.5 or the 0.382, and you've got another 1.28 risk to reward, and you've got a 2x risk to reward right here if you aim for the 0.5. You take out these previous swing highs. You are starting to break market structure here so long as you bounce, okay? Here's your swing high, which was a lower high than this, 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 which was a lower high than this. Lower low, lower low, lower low. Lower low, lower low, lower low, lower high, higher high, higher low, higher high, and now you've got a higher low. This could be a longing opportunity. Now, here's the other thing, though. You got to get above this support that used to be support, right? You got to get above this line right here, back test it, boom. So would I enter right here? I would not. I would enter right here on the back test of this line. Okay. This trend channel, you're riding the crap out of it, man. I mean, you're riding it hard, like it's a town bicycle. You can take the long here. I'm a confirmation trader. I would want that confirmation that we regain this level. And then by that time, the 50 will be under it. So you will regain the 50 and bounce. That's a very, very good indication, in my opinion. Okay, so should you do that? I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Do whatever you want to do, right? But that's XCN in a nutshell. The one thing I will tell you, oops, if Bitcoin goes down, you do not want to be in this. You want to be shorting it, and I would be shorting it from here. If Bitcoin starts to go down and you get back into this channel right here, I would short there, and I would target down here. So I would short here and target here. If Bitcoin's going down, right? That's if Bitcoin goes down. Okay. Bitcoin's going down, that's what you do. If Bitcoin's going up, that's what you do. If you regain this level, you're gravy, right? That's XCN in a nutshell. Yeah, Fed rates are holding, so there's not much macro stuff to hold it up. Plus, CPI and PPI both came in hot, so that's not good for risk assets like Bitcoin. And don't get it twisted, Bitcoin is still a risk asset. I don't care what anybody says, it is not gold. It can be gold later, but it is not gold yet, okay? We don't have time to trade Bollinger Bands. That's such a massive topic to take on, and I have 9 minutes. So I could go for days on Bollinger Bands. We can do that. Just suggest that in another video, and I'll see if I can get to it. But again, like that's almost like a dedicated video that people are going to give to you inside of like a paid training. Like when I'm doing these live streams, it's going to be hard for me to get to stuff like that. So with that hidden bearish divergence, that's why I favor downside on Bitcoin, right? So I'm doing exactly what I should do with that, which is favor downside, see where it takes us, stop loss, right? Stop loss, I don't know what my stop loss is. I bet you it's not much. Yeah, I would lose $150 on this trade, but I stand to make $1,320. It's almost a 10x risk to reward ratio. Those are the types of trades that you want to take, man. Those are the types of trades that you want to take. Okay, that's almost a 10x risk to reward ratio. David Medeiros says he wants to see AVAX I know we've got a chart on AVAX because that's something that I do all the time. Damn. AVAX, man. This is a big part of the Wolfer portfolio, man. Unfortunately, you kind of got a bear pennant here, man. I mean, if you let the altcoins tell the tale, Bitcoin's about to go down, in my opinion. Like, the altcoins are primed. All of them are primed for breakdowns. This is an upward sloping kind of like pattern, but I mean, this is not awesome, right? And even if you take it here, right, this is probably a better pattern right here. Yeah, I mean, AVAX is priming for downside. The last time I said this, I said the same exact thing, man. I said, look, it's in a wedge pattern. If you don't hold this level, it's over. It's going down, right? And if Bitcoin falls, it's going down. But if Bitcoin goes up, here's your target, $47. At the very least, it's going to be $39 at first, $42 next, and then $45 next. Those are the prior swing highs, and they line up with Fibonacci levels, right? Now, what do we know now? We know that has now taken a way, way bigger turn for the worse. And I would even be biased at putting it up here. And I would say that's your low. I mean, if Avalanche breaks out from here, this is where it's going, right? It's going to the 0.382, which is $34. Then it's going to go to this previous swing high right here. Then it's going to go to the 0.5, right? And then, or the 0.618, and then you got $48. So, I mean, I'm not favoring upside on Avalanche right now because I'm not favoring upside on Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is going to drag this down with it. That's just that. So let's measure. Let's see if we can extrapolate anything else from this, and then I gotta go. Patterns or traps. Tell that to my portfolio that has literally made 7x trading patterns in the past 7 weeks, my friend. Patterns are not traps. Absolutely, sometimes they can be. They can be. But not all patterns are traps. They actually have pretty high win rates whenever you couple them. Technical analysis is not just trading patterns. Oh, I know you're not. I know you're not against me. I know that. I'm very calm. I'm just explaining to you why you trade patterns, right? So you don't trade patterns by themselves. You trade them in conjunction with the things that I was showing you earlier, like the hidden bearish divergence, right? With Fibonacci retracements and things of that sort. With your dynamic moving averages, I don't just enter because I see a bear flag, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, you enter on that retest. No, you still have 3 other confirmations. Are you at a near-term top, right? Are you printing a bearish candlestick pattern? Do you have the RSI that's super overheated, that's telling you it's very overbought and that it's primed to move downward? Is the stochastic telling you the same? Is Market Cipher B printing a red dot on those time frames? Are the lower time frames losing their moving averages? You don't just enter based on a pattern, bro. You enter based on a plethora of technical indicators. And that's one of the things I always teach. Don't just enter just because you see this bear pennant, right? You want to see what's going on down here, right? What's happening with the RSI? Are you seeing that, right? Are you seeing anything heating down, right? Heating up or heating down on these stochastics? If you get a push here, are you going to get a rejection at the 100 moving average? Boom, that favors downside, right? You've got a red dot printing on Market Cipher, right? You have RSI setting lower highs and it's curling downwards, has just crossed under the 50 line, right? Whenever it was priorly in an uptrend. And now RSI is breaking its own market structure, right? To a certain extent. So yeah, I mean, you don't just enter just because there's a handle or just because there's a pattern. Where can the folks in the USA short? Blofin. You can sign up for Blofin. I've got a link in the comment or in the description below. You sign up on Blofin. They don't require KYC. You can short there. I actually have an account over there as well, but I trade on Bybit or BitGet. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, if we get a rejection here, if this 100 moving average comes down here, you pump up, the stochastics reach oversold or overbought, right? And you get a rejection here, and then you lose this 50 along at the same time. You come down, you break this trend channel or this trend line, you bearishly backtest it. That's where I'd be entering short on AVAX. Okay. That basically sums everything up for everybody. That's the crypto markets in a nutshell. Let's see, before we sign off, let's see what Bitcoin's doing. And then we'll see how this shakes out tomorrow. We do have the weekly candle close tomorrow. Let's look at what the weekly chart is telling us really quickly. Yeah, so I mean, this topping tail is still in play. It came in at the all-time high. The weekly chart is almost forming a bear flag, right? As you can see from here, right? It's almost forming a bear flag. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that. I think there was a bull flag on the 1 week chart. It must have broken. There used to be a bull flag on the 1 week, but it must have broken down and I took it off of here now. I mean, honestly, if we close here with another indecision doji, I would be continuing to favor downside because you do have the topping tail, which is the inverted hammer. When this comes in at all-time highs, this is incredible, right? This is incredibly powerful, especially when it comes in with bigger volume than the preceding candles that came before it, right? Which it did. And the preceding candles or the succeeding candles that came after it, which it did. And as you can see, we've had a lot less volume, but we closed green. So it seems to me like these bears over here on all these three candles, right? On all these three candles right here, seems like the bears are letting the bulls kind of just like exhaust themselves and they're going to let them win this candle. But you've got your topping tail. Then you've got a massive red candle that came in afterwards, confirming the direction downwards. Then you have an indecision doji that was also red, further confirming that, right, with high volume. And then you have another indecision doji that's green that has not yet closed above the open of that previous week's doji, right? And that is an indecision candle with very low bullish volume. So if that's the case, it would be favoring something like that, right? So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with the weekly candle close tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. And I will see you, I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, with the case that I just laid out, I don't, you do whatever you want to do, man. But I mean, you see where I'm at. I'm shorting it. If I were to choose a side, okay, say you've got a gun to my head, Drew, you have to choose a side. I'm choosing short all day. With everything that we just saw on the charts, it's telling me you always choose short. Now, I would not choose long if that's the case. Here's my public service announcement, though. You can do a schlong where you short it and long it at the same time, wait for the other side to break, wait for those key levels to break, stop out of the side that's losing, ride the other side. So I would not be like, oh, I'm choosing long. I would say I want to be choosing neither and say, if I'm not just choosing a side, which is short, because that's what I think is going to happen, then I would say I would be non-directional and I would schlong it, short and long at the same time. So that being said, hopefully that's helpful to everybody. I will see you tomorrow. I appreciate you so much. I have to run. Everybody, I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you had a good #Friday Pie Day yesterday. I'll see you in the next stream tomorrow. Peace.